In today's video, we are gonna do the team selection for Game Week 7, and that is gonna be a tough one because we got a lot of yellow flags, we got some red flags. Stupid Jackson, he's suspended. But yeah, so this is gonna be very interesting, but I think we have a good plan. But we need ChatGPT to make the right decisions because this could be very difficult. I thought we could just start by looking at our horrible Game Week 6. So the average was 68, we finished on 60. Ooh, that was rough. It could have been a lot worse too. Because Mars didn't play, so we were lucky to get cash in, like an auto sub. Look at this guy. Oh god, it's been just horrible. Jackson. Thank god we are getting rid of him. Chilwell, I think he's injured and he hasn't played. Madison has picked up a knock. Baldock, he's injured. So this smells really like a wild card, to be honest. But I just want to give ChatGPT the opportunity to try to maneuver out of this difficult situation. So I think we're just gonna get straight into it. Just leave Game Week 6 behind us and look forward to Game Week 7. So I went ahead, I did some difficulty rankings, calculations for Game Week 7 to 9. Again, we have City on top. Newcastle, Spurs, United, Chelsea, Liverpool. I don't understand the Chelsea calculations. They've been horrible, right? But still, we're just gonna try to follow this. You can see here, I put Luton in for a double game week for Game Week 7. I made a few changes here on the stats because... so now we're gonna do stats for Game Week 4, 5 and 6. So we're just gonna keep the stats for the last 3 game weeks. I think I could make it a bit more interesting when picking players. So we see like Nunes has crept up here to third place. Yeah, we have some other players. You can see we have like Salah is clearly on top. We have Son coming up, Saka who is injured. We have Slobosai, we have Ward-Prowse, Mitoma. So this changes things up a bit more quicker, so I thought that could be interesting. Okay, so how we're gonna do this is gonna be a bit different than the last few times. So if you haven't seen any of my other videos, you can go back and watch, but basically we have fed all the data we have on the players, fixtures, and we have some additional information that we're gonna calculate to first find some transfer targets. So I thought that was interesting. We're gonna aim for about 20 transfer targets. You can see some of them here. We have Nunes, Slobosai, Watkins, Rashford, Son. So these are going to be players we don't own, right? So we're going to collect all of these transfer targets and turn them into some different transfer plans, as I'm going to show you now. Here you can see it kind of turned all of these transfer targets and add some additional information I gave it, as I'm going to show you soon, into all these different transfer plans. So we're just gonna collect all these plans and make ChatGPT pick out the 5 or 3 best ones. And then we're gonna take those out of that again into a new prompt and try to give each plan an evaluation. But I just wanted to show you the additional information I gave ChatGPT in this case. So as you can see here, the additional info is Burnley and Luton have a double game week. I think that's important. Jackson is suspended, can't play. Chilwell has not started the last 2 games. He's also possibly injured. Madison and Botman has a 50% chance of playing, making our team very vulnerable. Baldock is also injured. So you can see I just fed ChatGPT a lot of issues with our team. I'm gonna skip it, but I'm gonna show you how what kind of transfer plans we ended up with here. So we have safe plan 1 and 2. We have some risky plans. That's minus points hits and a minus 8 point hit. So you can see we have Chilwell to Trippier. That's just 1 transfer without any hits. Jackson for Wilson. We have Chilwell and Jackson for Trippier and Morris. So I was kind of surprised that ChatGPT picked out Morris. He was the number 1 transfer target. As you can see here, so the first transfer target was actually Morris. So he had this double game week check. That is true. All of the other guys had false, right? So I thought that was pretty interesting. Very clever by ChatGPT. And we can go on to see our final risky plan is Chilwell, Jackson and Traore out. So we're going to bring in Walker, Morris and Slobosai. I thought that was a very interesting pick. I don't know why he went for him, but yeah, interesting at least. So we're going to give some assignments here. So we're going to read all the data files. We're going to upload every single stat we have. Fixtures, player stats, team stats. Yeah, basically all we need. We're gonna give each transfer plan a rating from 0 to 100 based on player stats, team stats, fixture difficulty, additional info. I don't want to use any calculations here, but your expertise, intuition, experience from all your FPL training data, and give your transfer plan ratings. Think about it in a step-by-step way. Execute all steps of assignments. Okay, cool. So basically reads all files, and here you can see yeah, it's just repeating every single plan. So it goes ahead here and evaluates each player from the transfer plans, comes up with the fixture difficulty score we have already calculated, look at some team stats. So based on the evaluation, here is the intuitive ratings. So these are the kind of ratings it did the first time, but I had to remind it that, have you considered the points difference if we make one change, we field only 9 players in GW7 versus making 3 transfers, a -8 hit, but fielding 11 players. So I thought I kind of missed on that point, so it made some recalculations. You're absolutely right. I apologizing now for explicitly addressing this aspect. So let's consider this scenario. Fielding only 9 players could potentially result in a lower total score, as you would miss out on the points from the 2 additional players. Making 3 transfers at -8 would allow you to field a full 11 players, but the immediate loss of 8 points needs to be weighted against the potential gain from the incoming players. So that's a really tough decision to make for ChatGPT, right? So I thought that was very interesting. We could have just gone the safe way, put up the wildcard and just picked a new team, but I wanted to put ChatGPT on the spot here to make this decision. So you can see now that the ratings are kind of changed. We got a 75, a 70 for the safe plans. So the -4 plans got an 8 rating, 80 rating, and even the risky plans now suddenly spark on the top. So that's a rating of 85, right? Okay, so I like this. Eliminate the 2 worst plans. So we moved the 2 safe plans. Okay. Explain the 2 risky plans in detail. So this was a bit interesting. So you can see we have Chilwell, hasn't started. Fixtures might be challenging, affecting clean sheet potential. So Jackson is suspended, thus guaranteed a score of 0 points. So Trippier, high XGI, strong potential for attacking returns. Plays for Newcastle, good fixtures, both clean sheet and attacking returns potential. So Morris has a double game week, opportunity to play twice and potentially score more points. However, Luton's team performance is weaker, which might affect Morris' scoring potential. So we have this net effect. I thought it was pretty cool. So the plan addresses 2 immediate issues, ensuring no guaranteed 0-point players. Ensuring no guaranteed 0-point players, yeah. The -4 hit is balanced against the potential for higher returns. We will have more players, mitigating risk of significantly reduced squad. Okay. Then we have the 8- point risky plan. So we have the same reasons here. Taking out Traore, he's a low-cost midfielder, likely not a major point contributor. We have Walker, they are very bullish on him. Strong defensive team with good clean sheet. A lot of attacking play, yeah. Same reason here. So we have Slobosai, midfielder for Liverpool, high attacking potential. Liverpool has been creating many chances which can translate into points for Slobosai. So again, we have this net effect and we have a conclusion. Okay, cool. So yeah, we have the ratings, right? So I brought you in, then I kind of simulated an FPL Expert 2, last year's winner of FPL and the best in the world, to look at FPL Expert 1. So these are these rating right above for risky plan 1 and 2, critique the evaluation and give your personal ratings. So here it kind of critiques risky plan 1 from Expert 1. You can see he gave a rating of 80. The personal rating from the Expert 2 is 78. So that's kind of cool. And we did the same here. So it evaluated risky plan 2 and gave it a rating of 82 instead of 85. So both risky plans have their merits. The decision will be dependent on risk appetite and strategic goal for the upcoming game weeks. Okay, so then I brought in another expert. So thank you FPL Expert 2. I now brought you in FPL Expert 3, a veteran manager that has ended in the top 10k the last 9 years of playing to pick our transfer plan for Game Week 7. You can look at FPL Expert 1 and 2's ratings to assist your final decision. Okay, so as FPL Expert 3, you can see it kind of reflects on the ratings from the 2 other experts, and it made a final decision. We can read that. I think we're just gonna read the recommendation. So it's gonna opt for risky plan to a -8 hit. While the point hit is significant, the longer term benefits of having players like Walker and Slobosai from top teams, along with addressing immediate vulnerabilities, outweigh the initial loss. These plans align with a veteran approach, focusing on strategic player choices, maximizing the potential for high returns. Okay, so this is interesting. I found this very surprising. I was pretty sure it was gonna go for the -4 plan, right? I trust these recommendations aligns with a comprehensive strategy for success in FPL. If you have any further questions and need clarification, feel free to ask. Alright, so a very interesting strategy. So let's go have a look at it again. So that is gonna be Walker, Morris and Slobosai. Hopefully we can afford this. I haven't checked. Oops. Okay, so Jackson out, Chilwell out, Traore. So we're gonna do, was it, yeah, Kyle Walker. He's 5.3, that's nice. And we need Morris. I think he's quite cheap, right? So Luton, Morris, 5.5, nice. Okay, so we have 8, that should be enough. I think it already had calculated that. So Slobosai, 7. Alright. For a -8. Wow. Slobosai, Morris. So that is probably gonna be a bit tricky setting up our starting 11 then. Interesting. So I think I'm just gonna wait until tomorrow to do the transfers because we don't have any press conferences, right? So I think I'm gonna wait to do the transfers and I'm gonna do an update in the community for the final transfers and captain decisions. But it's probably gonna be Haaland as captain, right? But yeah, a very interesting decision that it actually went for the -8 point plan. So that's pretty cool. Like I said, we could have gone for the safe pick, like a wildcard. But I think this will be more interesting. And I'm really excited about Slobosai, to be honest. He's a great player, he plays 90 minutes every game. But he isn't exactly a high scoring player. So that's a bit of a gamble, to be honest. But he plays every game. That's probably why ChatGPT picked him, because he has 90 minutes every game. So yeah, exciting stuff. So yeah, like I said, I'll be back with the final decisions on the community hub. Wish you all a great weekend coming up and a great Game Week 7. Are you going for the double Game Week for Morris? Are you captaining him? Let me know in the comments. Have a great day and I'll see you again soon.